Hello, guys, gals, and all my non-binary pals. My name is Akihiko Hishimoto, and I will be your dungeon master for this campaign. Before we begin, I would like to warn you that this is a dark fantasy-themed campaign, which is heavily inspired by gothic and vampiric media and literature, such as Castlevania, Hellsing, Dracula, and many, many others. Because of this innately horrific and mature nature of this setting, there will be many mentions and instances present of very serious and dark topics. This is your one and only disclaimer that if any of the following subjects presented here are triggering for you, or you are not above the age of 18, then this series is not one for you, nor the faint of heart. However, if you have steeled yourself and are ready to brave the horrors of the night, then I would like to welcome you to Castlevania Blood Debt. Grab a snack, turn the lights down low, and brace yourselves for the horrors of the night. Let us see just what kind of story unfolds right before your eyes. And I shall see you on the other side. Gone. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Castlevania Blood Debt. I am your glorious DM as always, Akihiko Hishimoto, and VTuber extraordinaire, and joined with me as our intrepid heroes. Say hi, intrepid heroes.
Hello.
Hey, intrepid heroes.
Hi, Intrepid Heroes.
Intrepid heroes.
You had made us wait a whole week for this? God damn it.
For
What the
real.
fuck was that, Mina? Huh?
Fuck you.
Put some more pizzazz into it. But, if you all wish to introduce yourselves, starting off with...
Hello, I'm BZ. I am Bugman. Killer of killers.
I am Jevix, robot man, builder of buildings.
I'm Freya, professional sucker and fucker at your service.
And I'm Lucifer, not the main character.
Uh-huh, yeah, sure. Whatever you say, bucko. Now, who wants to recap?
I did it last time.
All right. I got us covered. As we headed towards Jonathan's lair, we encountered a group of werewolves at night, the rematch of the first fight of the campaign. Although we smashed them rather handily, we did meet our new savior, our hero, Big Boy Roy, who was coerced into fighting for us on behalf of werewolf kind. We promised him that we would let him loot whatever he's seen fit, and then we also mentioned that we'd introduce him to Snowy, also known as the White Death. So he was pretty excited about that. Joined us as we pressed forward, and with tact and guile, we arrived at Jonathan's camp with Roy in tow. And we snuck our way around, killing only a few bandits and knocking out a couple bandits, stumbling upon some lovely intercourse happening on the cliff. Before making our way down in and into the camp, where Roy just snuck his way in rather skillfully. Seeing an open opportunity, Lucifer had jumped on top of Jonathan, stabbing about half his life away in a single action before proceeding to get absolutely mogged by him and his girlfriends. When the fight finished, fucking Big Boy Roy had gone full Warwick and taunted and feared half of the party, securing him, for lack of a better word, his own bitch. And then he proceeded to lay some savage pipe while Freya and Lucifer went down and made love on the beach. Them's the cliff notes.
Yeah.
And you know what? On that amazing note, thank you for the subscription, Dake. What a
Yeah.
great thing to subscribe to.
Yeah.
Yo, the real ones love the sucking and fucking. Okay.
Paid advertisements. I mean, to be fair, if they did just pop on for you, they were cucking Lucifer, saying that Roy gave you crazy pipe. So you know.
He did.
He did roll a nat 20.
He did.
He did.
You're gonna feel it.
Roy was slanging that thing.
Godspeed.
Anywho, but you described it pretty well. You all decided to, well, most of you decided to get some rest after the intense fight, and then some of you decided to get some alternative options to rest, which was, despite being rather exhausting, was rather refreshing. And now the sun rises, and it is a new day. As you all awaken in the now barren and empty camp.
Oh, I have to ask. How is Lucifer with Freya in the morning? Like,
Oh,
is
they're
he?
like,
Are they waking up like cuddling or like what's the?
yeah, no, they're like.
I mean,
tangled together.
theoretically, you guys didn't really go to sleep, but you know.
But like kind of like come to like, oh yeah, it's morning now.
Yeah, no, he's just laying beside you, like cuddling, admiring Freya. He looks very
Okay.
content and at peace.
Like front to front.
Yeah.
Got you. She would also have a similar expression. And are you like touching her at all? Like in a just like, like holding her, just so I know
Yeah.
how to go.
Yeah. He's got like the like caressing vibes going on. He's
Got you.
enjoying the moment.
She would be very relaxed, content, probably the most content, honestly, that you have seen her. She looks very at peace in this moment. And as you are, doing that, caressing like her sides or her back or whatever, there will be some things that kind of stick out to you that you wouldn't have known, over the night just due to your hunger and the vibes of the moment. But you would, as you trace over, like, her lower back above, like, her tail, you would feel something like a scar, but it feels too complex to have just been a simple, slash or something that she has on her. That would be something that would stand out to you.
Does it feel like a brand scar?
Not exactly, but it does feel like something carved into her.
Okay.
And she would kind of for a split moment tense a little, but then kind of do the thing where it seems like she's like, oh, if I don't really react, maybe won't notice, kind of energy to it.
Lucifer will just kind of like move his hand up to her face and just kind of like turn her to make sure she's looking at him. What happened? What did that to you?
Oh, it's nothing.
It's a little more than nothing, but just worried. It's not. Oh, well. kind of like looking down at his chest, you can see like a good number of scars. I have my wounds and scars too, but that's a little excessive. I'm just worried about you.
It's something I've had for a long time. It was something I chose to get. Don't worry.
You chose to get a rather painful seeming scar.
Yes, I did. I know that might sound a little, but I did.
Does it have to do with your patron?
Possibly.
Possibly, or yes.
It does.
Well, like you made me promise not to throw myself in front of Death Knights anymore. I won't tell you how to behave or negotiate with your patron, but just promise me you won't get yourself hurt any further. If you need power, then rely on mine. I honestly don't want to see you get hurt anymore.
I understand. I mentioned this is probably 30 years old at this point. It's been a long time.
Well, they say that time heals all wounds, but some are not so quick to heal. And don't worry, it's not off-putting. I think you're as radiant as ever. And he'll kind of like go in and give Freya a peck.
You can tell she's kind of taken aback by that. Not the action, but your words. But she doesn't make any effort
Look
to
at
like
the
pull away or
lovebirds
anything
over
from you.
here. Shaking my head.
And she would, at this point, with the sun rising, kind of move to get up and begin dressing. And that is when you would see another mark that you would not have recognized previously through the night, as you will see fang marks in one of her thighs that you can tell from how the skin is healed that it couldn't have possibly been yours. And you would get a clearer look at what would be on her back as she, goes to get dressed. And it appears to be kind of like a sigil of sorts.
Is it like arcane in nature?
I will tell you to roll a history check, my friend. With
Big
a 13, you have never seen this symbol before. However, the nature of its shape and also the fact that despite being a scar, it's almost perfectly crimson. As if it was an inked tattoo, but obviously not. You would recognize this as a brand or seal of similar nature to what a vampire might put upon a servant or some other powerful being. You've probably seen your father's own brand or seal on multiple individuals.
Lucifer will kind of get up and like turn Freya around. Is this why you're hesitant towards vampires then? Well, It's familiar.
It does. How familiar?
I will say it looks similar to vampire brands, but you do know that just powerful beings can also brand people, like demons or other things. But and it's recognizable, but you've never actually properly seen this brand before.
I've never seen that specific one, but I can tell what it is with a good look anyway. And I guess you've encountered people who aren't as gentle with their biting as I am.
Lucifer, I've... And she kind of just stops for a moment and has a very conflicted look to her.
He'll just kind of pull her into a hug and give her a kiss on the forehead. You don't need to explain until you're ready. But I want to be here for you. Your charms are... That's not for you to decide. What you get to decide is if you want me to be next to you.
She's gonna look up at you seriously and... Lucifer, I've tried to warn you. You aren't going to want to.
I think I definitely want to.
I don't. For some reason, I don't really want to lie to you anymore. But I understand if you'd forsake me.
Well, just try me then.
She'll hesitate for a moment and... Yes, I've had many encounters with vampires. It is what I've spent majority of my life with. And it is what I serve.
Your patron is a vampire, then?
Yes, but I didn't lie about my goal for being here. That still is very much true.
And is your patron of the Night Council? Or something else?
Yes. He is.
Well... cross that bridge when we get there, but I won't let them hurt you. Not anymore.
Truthfully, I've experienced more danger being out here. Because I'm not a thrall or anything of that sort.
No, I can tell. But... well... if you'll have me, Freya, I will be yours.
What do you mean?
You've won my heart. I have feelings for you. And I'll do what I can to earn yours.
You see a lot of emotions going through her, and a big one you can see that keeps flickering back to is just confusion. And her hand will kind of like extend towards you, but then like stop a couple times as she's like trying to process. And I don't think you do. That's not how.
He'll just interrupt her and grab her hand, pull her in, and give her like a good proper kiss.
You're confusing me again. This, but you haven't done anything to.
If my actions have been unclear, then my words shall be. Freya, I am in love with you. I care for you. I want to be by your side.
You haven't. But. You haven't made me kneel. You haven't offered to mark. You haven't done any of. You haven't.
And what about you? Have you marked me?
No, but.
But you're wrong there. And he'll grab your hand and place it on his chest because he's still not wearing a shirt. You've carved a rather powerful spell deep in my heart. It would hurt me to be apart from you at this point. Not every interaction leaves a physical scar. And not everyone hurts. It's a warm feeling. It's something I cherish.
It's supposed to hurt at times. It's supposed
At times,
to.
it's supposed to hurt. Like when you're having to separate from the person you love. That longing to be together, that hurts. The worry when you're not sure if they're safe, that's another kind of hurt. But people you love, they shouldn't cause you pain.
What is it supposed to feel like then?
How do you feel when I hold you?
It's nice. I feel safe. I guess
And how do you feel when I look at you, smile?
guilty.
Forget about everything in the past. Right now, when I look at you and smile, how do you feel?
Kind of hesitates for a moment and happy.
Good. Those are the things that love should bring you. So, I'll do my best to help you learn them.
All right.
Now, I will say, I feel rather worn out from last night, but I also feel energized and something I want to try. Lucifer's gonna kind of step down and in the dirt draw a ritual circle. Can I have your hand for just a moment?
I'll give it to you.
You see Lucifer bite his own hand, and then bite Freya's as well. Sorry. 6 to me, 4 for Freya.
Okay.
And then he's gonna hold your hand with his and kind of squeeze the bites together and drop some combination of our blood on the ritual circle. And as the blood kind of fills the grooves in the ground, they glow crimson red, and a large grayish white paw pulls its way out of the ground, followed by the body of a large beast.
As you will summon forth a dire wolf to serve as your vampiric steed.
You can summon.
Well, my experiences with you have helped me grow. And I thought it might be nice if you and our friend here shared a little lineage. Freya, you can like tell that because your blood was used, this wolf is actually like fiendish in nature as well.
Okay.
Now we need a
Very
name
smart
for
of
her.
you, because in Fine Steed it specifies that the thing is either a celestial fiend or fae.
How about Morrigan? Shepherd of Souls. Seems fitting.
You also take into account meanings of names. I feel
Well,
like a lot of people tend to just go with what sounds nice.
I don't think we've ever talked about your name. What does it mean?
Mine? Specifically?
Yeah.
Many things. I mean, in some, it's simply just, lady. Others specifically related to fertility, things of that sort, so rather fitting given what I am.
Well, I love your name. So we should go find the others, and Bethany's been alone in the woods for quite a while. I'm sure he's worried about you.
Yes, we should, and are you going to mention to them what I told you?
Not until you're ready. But
Alright.
they might frighten them, or they might be wary, but they're our friends. We'll trust you. And
Alright. I trust in your judgment.
before they head up, Lucifer is going to steal another kiss. He's very affectionate at the moment. Well, shall we see how Morgan fares as a mount?
Yes, we should.
Lucifer will kind of lift you up and set you on the wolf and then climb aboard.
Oh boy. Oh,
Hold on one moment. Da-da-da-da.
Aki, could BZ do something at like the very early in the morning?
Yes, what is that?
BZ, still having the telepathic connection, is going to telepathically connect with Jevix and sort of like message him in his head. Hey, could we talk at the top of the cliff? You know, the one where we dropped down from.
And Jevix cannot respond because that, but he's going to start heading out that way. Oh, good morning, Roy.
I will say that the direwolf is intended for a singular rider, so you want to decide who gets to ride? God damn it, I didn't mean to close out the chat. I can just move you up
Yeah,
there.
also,
There you
I
go,
don't know where
Jeffers.
people went.
Yes, you're all blind.
Because he walks faster, so he'll let you ride. I have more movement speed, even with the penalty.
Jevix, you eventually walk up the cliff and meet BZ up there.
BZ is sort of like poking at sort of like a dying campfire as
I
sort
mean,
of like
also, I can't. Oh, sorry.
as the daylight sort of like rises. He looks over at Jevix, and as much as he can, he gives Jevix a warmful smile, one that a brother would give to another. Morning.
Good morning. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I guess I just wanted to talk to you before, we inevitably head out. Just you and me.
Just like old times, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes I miss those days. Just you and me on the fray, running from city to city. But
Yeah.
of course, now we have more friends, more ways of becoming stronger.
And more ways of finding a Belmont, don't forget that.
Yeah. I'm still looking. Still looking. Jevix, I've been thinking about that time I talked to you before the fight with the werebear.
Oh, when I told you that I wanted you to run if things got bad?
No, the part where I asked if we were meant to kill monsters and whether or not it should be or we should try and spare them as much as we can.
You've been thinking about that all this time, have you?
I have. I mean, look at us so far. I've now taken a bit more of that to heart after the whole situation with Freya and Lucifer when I nearly tried to kill them.
Well, I can understand why you felt that was the right thing to do, all things considered.
I know. And I guess I've been trying. I I guess look at the cultists I let live. I had that idea stuck in my head when I looked down at her. I wanted to believe she could change, hopefully. I don't know if she will. I don't know if down the line she'll inevitably come back with even more cultists and just kill all of us in our sleeps.
Well, we already know that's not going to happen. I set up an alarm every night.
And another
If they
thing I
kill us, we'll at least be awake for it.
and another thing I can always depend on you to get me out of my shit. And I guess also we could say the time I spared Roy, I guess it's just like, I know we're meant to take care of anyone who harms us, but look at him now. He helped us. He got us this far with killing Jonathan.
You know, I was thinking about that last night when I was looking through Jonathan's, through his tent. There's a pretty good chance that if Rory wasn't spared, we probably wouldn't have made it out of that alive.
I know. And I think about that. And I think about how weak I am and how much I've been depending on you.
Oh, that's
Even
far from the truth, BZ.
don't don't kid yourself. Don't. You're the one who was able to reprogram yourself out of the control of a fucking vampire lord.
You know,
I don't know how strong. I don't know how to be as strong as you, Jevix.
well, if you ask me, and he's going to just kind of walk closer and like put an arm around him. I think it took a lot of strength to even have the will to leave the situation you were in. You know how there were so many that wouldn't even try, were too afraid of what Camilla would do if they were caught. And
I don't.
even though we tried to save as many as we could, we were the only ones to make it out. And I think that's in no small part to your strength.
I just wish we were able to get the younger ones out.
Well,
I guess I hope that if we do find another um, another one of me, we can try to at least salvage them.
well, I like to think that we've done at least a little good. I mean, the kids back in Gresset, what they would have suffered similar, if not worse, fate if we hadn't intervened. Though it does still pain me to look at them.
Reminds you of them, doesn't it?
Back when I was Camilla's plaything, I was going out and finding victims for her. Every time I see those kids, I think, what if I didn't fully shake her control? What if all of this was just a clever ploy for her to make me think I found a sense of freedom, only to turn around and snatch it back when she finds victims. Hell, I even considered leaving a few times, just thinking that you would probably be better off without me in case Camilla was still somehow using me to track us both.
No, I don't believe that. Without you, I would have been caught way sooner than I. If there's ever a time, a moment, that I'm not able to say this to you. And BZ sort of like looks up at you from like his cloak. You see tears coming from his sort of like bulbous eyes as he looks at you. I'm damn proud to have you as my brother.
Javix kind of just moves in and just fully embraces BZ. Just a full, like, full both arms hug. And I couldn't be prouder of the man you've become, of how strong you are, how smart you are. If it were up to me, we would have just killed Roy and kept it going. But you saw something in him that I wasn't able to. I know that a lot of times you are worried about your humanity, but I know there's still humanity in you, even if your form has changed.
Even if I'm not able to go back, I at least want to know that I can make a change in this world. Even if it's small. Even if I do it kicking and screaming to my grave. I want to at least do something.
Well, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that it doesn't come to that. After all, I did promise you we would find a Belmont and fight alongside them as we watch Camilla slowly fade away.
Yeah. I hope we find him soon. Because things are still looking grim. Especially with the, Death Knight.
Well, we have one weapon now that we didn't have before. And Jevix holds up his gun.
Can't
At least
lie. That weapon is pretty good.
Granted, we're going to need a bit more than this, but I like to think it's a step in the right direction.
All right. Well, I guess. Do you want to just sit here and keep watching the sunrise with me?
Yeah. I've been kind of thinking a lot lately, so I think it'll be nice to... He kind of pauses. It will be nice to take a moment to
Yeah, definitely
just
no rush.
sit with my little bro and just watch the sunrise.
Not like there's a death knight coming in on Gresset or anything, but you know.
And BZ will sit down back on his chair, looking out at the cliff towards the horizon, and simply just give a sigh of relief next to Jevix.
All right, then. Since you two don't need to sleep as much, I'm assuming this was earlier in the day, and then you'll eventually walk down and join the others, or?
Yeah, I would say so. Eventually.
Yeah.
All right, then. Then eventually, you all would sit there. You take in the sunset, beautiful sight that you don't get to just see often in the terrible fucking place that is Wallachia. But eventually, you two will rejoin the group. And as you are walking down, so too are the other two walking up. And you can see that Roy and the other bandit that has stayed behind are just sitting there. You see that Roy has a big barrel next to him that he has tied ropes around that seems like he plans on essentially carrying it around like a backpack.
Did you find their liquor stores, Roy?
Some food, some ale, some gold, a little bit of everything. Enough to set me straight at least for a couple of weeks. Speaking of, if you all wish for rations, now would be the time. Barrels and crates full of them.
BZ
I'll
will
fill
sort
up
of
my stores.
BZ will sort of like go over how much rations do we have, like, exactly?
I have 2.
If you're referring to how many are here, like in this singular, like large cart that is obviously stolen alone, probably 100 at least.
Oh, okay.
You have. This is like a full-on, like, this was food that was supposed to go to, Gresset and everyone who's hungry, and then it got robbed.
Okay.
And
The
now
cart,
it's here.
Is the cart like functional?
You do see that the wheels are pretty old and somewhat broken, but most likely because you do also see that the cart is a bit beat up, likely because of, bandit raid. But
BZ will look over at Jevix and sort of like say, sort of like kneel on the wagon and says, "Think you can fix this up?"
I think Freya could probably help too. She was able to repair Roy's clothes. So any splintered wood might be easy work for her.
Yeah, with the two of us, I think we can get it done.
Jevix.
Hmm?
You grabbed the swords from Jonathan, right?
Yes, I did.
Can you toss me one?
Jevix is going to kind of walk over because he knows how Roy is about silver and just kind
he
of
just
hands
side
it to him.
glances you as you walk past.
I assume it's in like a sheath at this point. I assume he stole like his
Yeah.
scabbard and shit.
Yes,
Okay.
he had sheaths.
I'll
if you would've
I'll
picked
attach
them
it to
up,
my belt
Jevix.
then. And while you guys go to fix the cart, Lucifer's gonna sit down on the bench beside the bandit lady and start inscribing blood runes down the blade.
You both have the mending
Oh.
spell, correct?
Yeah.
I don't have mending, but I tinker.
All right, well, that is
I can
fine.
handle the
Just
smaller
roll
stuff.
Tinker's tools. as
Oh,
well.
actually, I have carpenter's tools.
Actually-
Since this is like wood, would I use that?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll tools with advantage since Freya's helping with mending.
Okay.
For the 17, it takes a couple of minutes, but you eventually get this back in working order. It is
That is kind of-
currently filled with only rations. So,
Jevix kind of stands up and like brushes his hands. Well, looks like
Yep.
Bethany's getting a workout.
He's always prepared for one, though. Did you find anything else last night? I know we were a little predisposed.
Oh,
Anything
yes,
else
I
interesting?
found. Well, I found plans that they had for I believe it was for attacking Gresset, right?
Probably.
From what you can tell, from what you remember of the things that you were able to find, is you found the chest, you found a bunch of paperwork, and half of it seemed like just stolen stuff, like stolen ledgers from, stealing carts or shipments and things like that. But the big thing was the chest with all the stuff in it, and then the map had a bunch of X's at different locations. You're assuming those were places to hit or something like that, because some of the X's were they were circles, and then some of the circles had X's on them, and then there was one big circle around Gresset and a dagger stabbed into it. So you're assuming they were at some point planning to attack Gresset.
Okay.
You do also remember seeing things about an alliance in the papers about a form of alliance with Barrett Bjorn, which is the werebear you guys killed.
Right. Okay. I also found there's a bit of gold.
How much gold?
29.
Oh,
Some poison and healing potions.
I mean, the healing potions are good, but I didn't expect them to be poor.
They
I could
steal
use some of the poison.
shipments.
Right, well, it's better than nothing. Good that you checked.
Oh, here you go. Jevix is going to walk over and give the, I'll say 2 of the poison vials to BZ.
Awesome. I could probably put these on the dagger, the silver one.
And he's going to give the last one to Lucifer.
Thank you. Also, so you know, this is Morrigan.
You do see Lucifer kind of just riding a giant wolf.
Sick.
Yeah, nothing really surprises Jevix at this point.
BZ will sort of like go over to Roy and sort of like nudge him in like the side, like, "Hey, Roy, who's your new girlfriend?"
A bandit who decided to try their luck here. The name is Dyke.
All right, nice to meet you, Dank. And he's sort of like trying to replicate Roy's accent because he's hearing it a lot, and he's just like puts a hand up for Dick.
You see she'll just shake your hand. Good. Are you wearing the cloak or not?
I am wearing the cloak, yeah.
Okay. Good to meet you.
Yeah, I was the one who was eating your old captain. Don't worry about me.
I saw that.
Nice meeting you, Dick. And BZ will sort of like go over to the cart. All right, I guess we're hauling this back.
Can I do
Unless
just-
there's anything else to throw in.
Can I just do a once-over of Jonathan's room, looking for like any hidden compartments or anything that wasn't like
In
right
roll
through?
investigation check. Also, you guys would know that there's a second cart, literally right here, that is also in full well condition.
12.
Nah, it seems like Jevix already found everything that was of note.
Yeah.
If you had to guess.
We should probably try to see if we can find a tarp or anything. Lugging this back to Gresset is going to put a huge target on our backs.
That's definitely true. Either way, if we get the mounts to carry the wagon, then I'm sure it's going to be not that long of a trip.
Speaking of mounts, Jevix is going to walk over here.
Let me actually roll to see if there are any horses real quick, because that's just on the map.
Okay.
Okay, then. you would see that two of the horses are dead and seem like they've been dead for a while. But there is one horse that looks very weak and sort of malnourished that is still alive.
Beezy will sort of like go over with Jevix to it. Can we keep him?
Yeah. Can
Oh,
you
wait,
grab some carrots from the cart?
Beezy dashes over to the
know
cart
what?
and grabs carrots for it.
Bring them over here.
Oh yeah, that's a better idea. And Javix is just going to kind of like untie the horse from where it is and just lead it over to the food.
Hold on. No, that one. All right.
By the way, BZ checks under the carriage to see if it's like it did not misgender the horse.
Well, BZ, what'd you deduce?
It's a female.
Ah, I got an idea for a name. Pets the
Okay,
head.
let's hear it.
We're gonna name her Haru. That's a good name. I like that name.
Rest in
Right.
peace, my goat.
Rest in peace.
She is malnourished.
We gotta
We need-
feed her all the carrots.
We need to get her some grass.
You know what? I'll even say she's a bit of a smaller horse.
Hey, man. Fucking down hands.
Thank you.
Is the horse like wounded or just weak?
It
Or is
just
it
seems to have
diseased?
not been fed or even cared for and for a while.
Okay,
You're
so it doesn't have any
assuming
diseases?
it's as far as you can tell from just
Okay.
looking at it. It seems like this was one of the horses that was with like one of the carts or carriages that might have been stolen, that then the bandits just, didn't know what else to do with, so they just fucking locked it up.
Well,
You know, I'm starting to regret letting some of them live. But that's just the frustration setting in. I will get over it.
People can change.
let the horse get its strength. Morgan can probably handle the cart at least until we get to Bethany.
Ooh.
Kind of look towards my wolf.
BZ
Oh.
will BZ will pat Haru.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can get Haru back to Gresset and I don't know, maybe she can
Oh,
stay at the
wait a
orphanage for a
second.
bit.
They do have a stable.
They do. At least until she gets her strength up.
Mm-hmm.
Here. I realize I have to use this token if something gives me a dreadful feeling that Haru is going to become a permanent addition, so I am preemptively making a token and everything for it.
Perfect.
Are you ready to go, Freya?
Yes, I assume it's time.
We are also ready to go, Lucifer.
Ed.
Yeah, I think we looked over everything that we need. You coming along, Roy, or are you staying here for a bit?
I packed everything I wanted into this barrel, so I'll just carry it on my back.
Okay. We'll be sure to take you to the orphanage first thing so you can see Snowy.
You all really call the White Death Snowy?
I don't recommend you call him that. At least not for the first meeting.
Got the name.
Okay. What time of day is it?
Morning.
Okay.
You see Dake will sort of look over at you all and say,
You know, I can come with you, or I can keep an eye on this place until you send over people to claim
Why
it or
would you-
whatever.
Why would we ever want to go back to this place?
Well, it's
I
a
don't
fortified
know, because it's a
location.
large fortified location. Yes, exactly.
It also could be good to have someone here so that when we have people sent here, they can check in with someone.
I'll basically be the new boss, you know? She says, like, crossing her arms.
Big boss steak. I like the sound of that.
I mean, if Roy's not gonna miss you, then yeah, that works.
From what you all said, I'll probably be better off traveling with the White Death. Besides, he'll most likely want to take a walk through here.
All right then. Let's head back to Gresset and hope that the Death Knight doesn't destroy everything we care about.
Yay.
Oh boy.
If you all wish to find art for Haru, you can go ahead. I am going to give all players control of them.
My baby.
But you are only having them walk along with you. Are you taking the second cart as well? And having Bethany pull that along? Or...
We could, honestly. Yeah.
The second
Yep.
cart is empty, because it seems like, and it's well kept, because it seems like it was one they were actually using for stuff.
Oh
We
yeah,
could use-
definitely then.
We could use that one for traveling.
Do you leave it empty then?
Yes.
And then I suppose the final question is, do you just take the cart with the food, or do you swap? Because right now it's like the cart the cart that you fixed is filled to the brim with fucking crates of food, and it's only rations in there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take out some rations and put in other stuff, because there was other crates and barrels of resources and things, or are you just taking all the food?
What resources are around that we can see? Is there anything
Yeah.
useful that we could sell?
Mm-hmm.
Building materials, like, well, rations would be an extremely useful thing to sell, given Wallachia is just a shitty place, and, you know, having guaranteed food is pretty nice. But you would know that a lot of this is stolen goods that was already supposed to be in Gresset and help things out there. Whether you all hand it over to Slatemane as a gift or decide to sell it yourselves, I suppose I'll leave to you. But there are, like, there's multiple crates and stuff of, like, just flat building materials, like wood. Some are... Actually, you know what? I'll say everyone roll a D100. Everyone who's looking around through the crates roll a D100, and that'll determine the...
93.
God fucking damn.
56.
Lucifer, you find a crate that is filled with some pretty fine silks that you're assuming was headed for the nobles.
Yeah, I'm taking those.
Well, they're crates, so it's
We
like...
can put
Or load
stuff
'em up.
out on the empty cart.
I will say there were... there's only one crate of...
When we get to the city, we can decide what rations we want to take.
I also put in all of your journals, you all should have access to a thing called cart/party inventory. So if you want to make, like, write down in there note of note like cart 1, cart 2, what all those have. I'll say, for the sake, each cart, I'll say, can store 5 crates.
Okay.
Uh,
Who's gonna do it so we're not all editing it at the same time?
Yeah, I got the crate of silk and the rations in there. I don't think we need to
Okay.
specify which cart.
So
really.
I will
think
tell
just-
you right now, this one has 5 crates of rations, which is a total of 200 days of rations. So 50 days of rations per crate.
Okay, so it's
Actually, I guess that'd be
200.
250 if it's 5 crates.
250.
250 rations of food. Okay. God damn. So
Okay.
I found silk. Anybody else find anything or no?
That's what I was going to do. You, Freya, would find pelts. And you would find only one crate, but a crate of already skinned and prepped like pelts and things. Good for like jackets or things like that, and it is getting to more winter season, so.
She would just immediately just for Lucifer to come over and put it on the cart.
He'll gladly lift it on with a smile.
You, BZ, will just find 2 crates of like wooden planks, building material, lumber.
Could build a
And you,
treehouse
Jevix,
for the
will
kids.
find a singular crate of like
Metal scrap.
bagged fine food. So like rice, like flour, stuff like that.
So grains, bag of
Grains, yes, grains.
Perfect.
Okay.
Brains and wood, you said?
BZ found 2 crates of wood.
Yeah,
And
BZ
then-
found wood. Okay.
1 crate of grains.
Okay, so that's if we take the wood and the grains, that's our cart is full.
That's both of them full, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
because the other one's already full of food.
Counts. Let's take all that then, and then we'll be good. That's a good haul for us.
Yeah, I figure we can just. The other cart can just go to fucking Rajah if he wants it. If I
Or, you
decide to
know.
end up only taking the one.
Back to the city that it was stolen from, but you know.
What wasn't stolen from them? The merchants got robbed on the road. Didn't make it there.
Exactly. Find just keepers.
You're not gonna do a solid for Slate Man and be like, yo, here you
Oh,
go.
we're gonna give him a
Slate Man."
solid, but he's gonna
This was the
solidly pay fucking acquiring price. We'll sell it at market value, not like for a profit.
This is Wallachia, isn't it? What did I
Listen,
expect?
motherfucker.
Listen, man,
Okay,
we need
bandits.
gold.
Yeah, these bandits are broke ass bitches, bro. Fucking Jonathan had all of 38 gold. Okay, like fuck off.
Which is a lot in Wallachia.
It ain't a lot in Wallachia when I gotta spend $100 goddamn on rings. Fucking
That's-
rough out here.
For real.
You were the one that bought the fancy fucking saddle.
Yeah, but that's for that's for waifu. That's fine. She gotta ride in style. What do you mean?
Ooh, hamana.
Shout out to Freya getting the fucking princess treatment over here at the cost of the treasury.
I almost have 100 gold. I just need to make a little bit more.
All right,
Well,
have
you
you
know,
put
affect my
the
bank
crates in
balance.
your? Have you updated the inventory
Yeah,
properly?
we got party loot's all set. We're good to go.
I would divide it between the two.
He's gonna destroy one of our
For
carts.
sake of. I'm just saying, for the sake of clarification, you should put 5 crates of food. Parentheses 250 rations. Cart 1.
I can format it if you don't want to, Cheryl. It's
I
fine.
got it.
Listen, I'm usually the note keeper, okay? So I'm just making sure that, if anything bad happens.
I just want to shop you.
But you all will begin your trek back, the first of 3 days of travel.
Aki, you shouldn't check Twitter. You shouldn't check Twitter.
What the fuck do you mean I shouldn't check Twitter? I hate you. I'm going to kill BZ just for that, Foxtrot.
What?
I'm so confused.
I literally commented on your post specifically so that you wouldn't draw that. But
Cool.
don't fucking worry about it.
Is it Mfrag Aki. I need to see this.
No,
No
you don't.
way.
No, we don't.
Put it in my Discord. Put it in my
No, we
Discord.
fucking don't. No, don't
no
you dare.
way.
Don't
Oh,
you
it's in
dare.
my Discord.
I will party wipe you. I'll do it right now. That's it. Death Knight came early. Someone roll a fucking D100 with disadvantage.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
Better not roll a 1.
On a D100? That's rare.
Yeah, but you have disadvantage. That doesn't count to D100s. That's only D20s, Dake. Nice fucking try. It's a motherfucker. I will go in there and I will change the wording right fucking now. Someone roll a damn D100 and do it with disadvantage now. I'm the DM.
How? Okay.
Oh damn, those are pretty low. Hold on, I gotta put some people in place apparently. Manage rewards. Edit. Their next D20 roll. Save. Boom. Their failed D20 roll. Save. Boom. Alright, now let me check my fucking... What's a 14 on the encounter table?
Hey, Roy's got that big barrel. Like, we just send them off in the woods as bait, right? Go run away, Roy. Bait them away
That's
from our
really
cars.
fucked.
Roy running off in the.
To fucking barrel on his back, just fucking big step it.
Oh! Okay. Wait, is that right? Yep, that's right. What do you guys do as you're traveling? Smile.
BZ's in the tall grass. He's gonna go stealth without his cloak to get advantage.
Jevix is just walking with Haru, just kind of looking around. No, he's kind of on high alert because they've got all this food and stuff, so he's trying to make sure they don't get jumped.
Oh my Jesus, you guys have so much fucking... This always happens. Party always gets fucking crowded. And I have no one to blame. But actually, I do have that one meme of, if only there was someone to blame. But wait, there is.
If we die
It's
because
you.
of fucking Aki Impreg.
That would be funny. Very funny, if you ask me. But you know. Jesus Christ. Your fucking horses. So Bethany's dragging one, Morgan's dragging the other, Haru is just walking alongside. What's the fucking order looking like here?
I'm thinking Jevix is kind of in the middle.
I feel like Morgan's cart is in front of the Bethany cart.
All right, but where are you guys in comparison to the carts?
I'd be beside my wolf.
BZ would be like off to like the far side somewhere.
Jevix is beside Haru, and Haru's like behind Morgan.
I guess I'm in the back.
So do I roll perception since Jevix is kind of like looking around?
Hold on, I'm fucking getting your crowded ass party situation situated. No, that map's not big enough. What about this map? Is this map big enough?
All right, but BZ's stealthing. What's everyone else doing?
Jevix is walking with Haru and looking around. Make
Roll
sure they don't get
perception.
jumped.
Make sure they don't get jumped. That's
I guess I'm on Bethany. I'll also look around.
Lucifer, are you just walking next to Morgan, or are you also taking a
Yeah,
peek around?
well, I'll be keeping an eye out, but Morgan would be like smelling around as well. They're keeping an eye out.
I'll say they can give you advantage.
Well, they have advantage.
All right,
on my hearing
sure.
and smell.
Roll for them then.
Let's go.
Mr. Big Shot. Damn.
11 for the wolf, 21
Advantage,
for
and they're
me.
still. And you still outdid them. How dare you?
Ah, they got a rope in their mouth though. It's kind of hard pulling a fucking cart with an actual saddle.
You know what? This will have to do for now. All right then. As all of you are walking and traveling down the path, you would roll, or actually you all already rolled. You would, as you're all walking, none of you would really notice anything out of the ordinary compared to, all the other times that you've been walking through Wallachia. Except for you, Lucifer, who I would say is, as you're leading the pack here, Morgan more focused on sort of pulling along the crates in the cart than anything else. You would pause for a moment and you would look around and you would look to the sky and you would see that from all of you are coming from, you all traveled east to get to the camp. So now you're all traveling back west, sort of northwest again. And you would sort of look up in the sky and you would notice that there are sort of flocks of birds flying out of the trees from the path ahead of you. Which I'd say you would usually know as like a tell of disturbance.
Well, there's something up ahead that's scaring at the local wildlife, so we press on carefully.
Jevix is going to look over to BZ. Hey, do you think you can stealthily scout ahead, see if you can spot what's causing the disturbance?
I could try. Let me at him. And BZ is going to go on ahead.
All right, then. We'll keep your current stealth roll. As you go ahead, roll a perception check, let's say. With a 20, as you begin to move ahead, is the party continuing to also just walk normally while BZ moves ahead, or did you all sort of halt your progress?
I think we're slowly walking, just like a careful pace.
Yeah.
Well, as you all are continuing walking, BZ, you would begin to push forward a bit, and you'd have to get quite a bit in front of the party and quite a bit ahead, but you would slowly begin to smell it before you see it or hear it of what smells like the sound of, or what smells like the sound, what smells like the scent of dead corpses up ahead.
Do I see the dead corpses, or do I see like any person?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
You would have to keep pushing ahead.
Yeah, I keep pushing ahead.
All right, then. As you would keep pushing ahead, you would begin to see trails of blood sort of occasionally on each tree. And then you would sort of pause as you would see the... You would see a body for the first time, properly. But you would see that as you sort of get close, hop a tree closer to try and get a better look, you see it is only the lower half of a body.
Do I see any blood trails sort of like leading from the body, or is it just like
Yep.
the body there?
Still continuing to lead forward.
Okay, then I follow the blood trail.
Alrighty then. You will continue to follow the blood trail until you will begin to see more body parts and more viscera sort of spread out until eventually you will pause as you will sort of finally see the source of all of this. You would see a tall, 10 to 12 feet tall abomination, like the mixture between an orc and a goblin, an orc in its large monstrous stature, but a goblin in its sort of bulbous head and pointy ears, and you would see bones and sort of poking out of each of its limbs. But the biggest thing that you would see is that its chest, its rib cage is almost on the outside, and you can visibly see its internal organs. And inside of its chest, the rib cage almost acting like a cage of sorts, you see the corpse of a person slowly being decayed and digested, with like one of their arms and half their head and one of their legs like poking out of the rib cage still, as this large monstrosity just is feasting away at another corpse that it holds in its hands and sort of bites into.
BZ will slowly walk back to the group as he after seeing this.
All right, you will do so.
Once he's back, he's going to sort of like motion the group to sort of like stop and move over to them to explain the situation.
What'd you find, BZ?
Some big green monster thing eating corpses.
I would say more of like a sickly yellow.
Sickly yellow.
Can you describe its features better?
It had like a open, I guess, area around his stomach, showing the inside of himself, basically mid-devouring a poor soul.
Sounds
Does-
undead.
Does that sound familiar at all?
You can roll a
16.
history check.
19.
With a 19, that does sound familiar. You, as not just a vampire, but also a knight, someone who is well versed in not just the creatures of the night, but in fighting them, would know that this is a very deadly and dangerous undead. One that is chaotic completely in nature, only really feasting and caring for itself like a rabid beast. You do know that, I would say, especially considering your father being who he is, he probably has one of these under his control that he uses for things. This is a devourer. And I would say
Okay.
you would know they are a very deadly and very powerful undead. You would know your father uses him to imprison and torture people.
That sounds like a devourer. If we can, we should give it a wide berth.
Can I ask a question, Aki?
Yes.
Due to the specific wording you used, and knowing Lucifer saying that, does this sound like this could potentially be the abomination thing that I'm supposed to...
No.
Okay.
This is... I would say if
Just checking.
Lucifer is able to recognize what this undead is, then it's a normal undead and not some weird abomination.
Gotcha. Okay. So avoid it, then.
Yeah,
Sounds like a plan.
we should give it a very wide berth. Their perception shouldn't be too large, and it's daytime, so it doesn't have an advantage hunting in the night, but
What about during the night?
well, they can see quite far in the dark. Much farther than I can. That's about all I know.
Alright.
Well, looks like we're taking a bit of a detour.
Luckily, I will say, BZ, from what you discovered from traveling ahead, it is more north than it is. It is more down the north path than it is sort of the west path that you all are probably going to take.
It's not hard to maneuver ourselves around it. We can handle a small detour.
Yeah, let's just try to stay as quiet as we can.
But I'll actually say, Freya and Lucifer, you two roll, let's call it history checks.
Question, so do we still have disadvantage?
Oh, yeah, we should technically.
No,
Okay.
yes, you should. Then we'll count
that
that,
way-
as your two rolls. With the 17, you would have still gotten that it was a devourer. And then now do your
Yeah.
What is it again? History?
history, yes.
11.
You... Oh, yes. Freya?
Okay, 14. I used a bardic inspiration.
With a 14, from your knowledge of traveling through here, and also as all of you are coming across this like three-way sort of split off of the path that goes more north, the path that goes more east, and then the path you're coming from, which goes more west, you do feel like you remember something being up there, and as you do look around, you do see eventually a sign, and it does seem to point that there's a town in that general direction.
A town north or a
I'm-
town west?
North.
And I'm the only one that knows that?
Yep. What you do with that information is up to you.
We should be careful. And get past it.
Let's go. One step at a time.
All right then. So you all continue forward, avoiding the devourer.
Yeah.
Understood. Then, as you all travel, nothing else will occur.
I will also say, bardic inspiration can only be used on other people, not yourself, for future references. I would just say,
Can it?
it can't.
I never knew that.
Only
That's
glamour bards at
stupid.
level 14 can do it.
Ah, I see. Well, oh well. But you all would eventually continue traveling, and if there's nothing else you all would do, you would eventually set camp for the first day.
We should be really on guard in case that devourer is covering ground around the area.
Jevix is going to set up an alarm. And he's going to set it so it's mental this time. Just in case the devourer comes by, he doesn't want it to immediately alert it.
Freya was riding on Bethany, who has the rest saddle. Would she been able to take enough of a rest to get rid of an exhaustion while we were traveling?
Both of your exhaustions will be removed at the end of this long rest.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Roy, you want to take first watch? Then BZ, Jevix, and then me and Freya will go together at the end?
I don't care much. Sure.
All right then. If that is going to be your watches, then anything else before we move straight through them?
What was the order again?
I
my
said
boyfriend
Roy,
was
BZ,
speaking to
Jevix,
me.
and then us, but
Okay, that's fine. I couldn't hear for a second. Someone was talking to me.
if they want to switch their orders around, it's totally fine. I'm just suggestions.
Then we will go with that. Roy up first. 16. Nothing seems to happen, as far as he knows. He will then get up and wake up BZ.
Oi, your watch.
BZ sort of says, thanks, Roy. Much appreciated.
All right then. Go ahead and roll perception.
Right. BZ is just gonna look at the fire. All right, BZ. Time to not fuck it up again.
Now one.
9. That's decent. Still
You're
okay.
a bit more aware, but you're kind of just too busy thinking about a bunch of stuff until eventually it will come time for you to pass your watch.
Yeah. So Jeffix is next?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, BZ will go over to Jeffix and say, knock at his tent. Hey, brother. Your time.
Okay, I'm coming out.
Take care of Haru. Make sure she's eating well.
Yep, first thing I'm doing is giving her a carrot. And yeah, Jack's gonna give Haru a carrot, and is just gonna kind of sit and just like pet her and look around.
Perception. And music dies right as I say that.
You perceive too much.
With a 19, everything seems crystal clear.
Okay. Javix is gonna go over, knock at the tent, and go back to his. Or actually, he's probably gonna chill with Haru, just like that Ghost of Tsushima thing where he's like leaning against the horse, just resting.
Hey, it's time for a watch. For Are you awake?
Will groggily get up.
Lucifer's gonna kind of look over towards Morgan, who was like sleeping in front of the thing, and they're gonna get up and then kind of dart off into the woods, stealthily, and kind of just patrol the woods, keeping watch. Because I can talk to them mentally.
No, I guess there wouldn't. I was gonna say, would potentially, if Lucifer like helps me, I could get normal for perception, but
Yeah, we can do that. We can share a roll.
You could
I'll
do
give you
that.
advantage.
yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's way better odds.
Morgan skulking and sniffing around.
All right. As far as you and all of you can tell, there's nothing amiss.
While you're looking around, Freya, Lucifer would go back in the tent, grab a blanket, come out, and then kind of like sit behind you and wrap the blanket around both of you.
Okay. She'll like lean back into you. She is, I will say, she still is being like affectionate. You can tell she's still a little, I want to say rattled, but she's thinking about a lot of things, but she is still being affectionate.
Does she like kind of drift away or like get lost in thought at all?
Yeah, she's done that a lot since the conversation this morning.
If Lucifer notices that, he's just gonna playfully like bite at her shoulder.
So her head will kind of like snap a little bit back to you. Like, oh, sorry.
Anything fun on your mind? Oh, what's still the confusing stuff about me?
Well, that has always been present, but I guess just also wondering what we will be doing after this. I don't know. There's a lot of questions, quite frankly.
What do you want to do? We could go anywhere.
Well, I mean, first I'll have to handle something here, as mentioned for my lord, but after that, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really truthfully thought yet. I guess seeing
Well?
that, well, not seeing, but knowing of that thing earlier got me wondering what possibly he could need us to go after, I guess.
Yeah. I was thinking that we could make our way to Brelia, but Jivex and BZ probably not want to go anywhere near there, at least for a little while. Aki, what would be like the next, like, I guess most prominent area under the Yarborough domain?
Under Yarborough domain?
Yeah, because they're like mages, right? So
yeah,
it's Brelia,
well,
obviously. And then-
Brelia is their capital. That's where,
yeah,
in the same way that the Lancasters kind of just stay in Gresset unless absolutely needed for diplomatic Wallachia business, the Yarboroughs are kind of the same. And the church is much more widespread, but like the big hitters of the church almost never leave Trago Vista.
so is like Yarborough then is only Brelia? There's like nothing else. None of the
Pretty
other
much.
Towns would have any,
Essentially,
like mages or anything.
You'd have just as much a chance of meeting a Yarborough or a mage in any of the other towns than you would besides. Brelia is the only town that you would have an increased chance of running into them.
Okay.
Or I guess territory that you would, because there are smaller, cities
Yeah,
and things.
towns.
Brelia is the capital. But like your odds of running into a Yarborough or a mage in anywhere else is pretty much the exact same.
Okay. Well, if we could find someone that might have an inkling on the Belmonts or their toys, that would help us. But I don't feel like they'd want to go to Brelia. At least not
No,
yet.
and also, truthfully, outside of really Gresset and, Trago Vista, the other territories aren't really anything to write home about, so whether they're lords, it's rather minuscule in comparison.
Do you remember where you're supposed to go for that mission of yours, Mina?
I'm pretty sure you said around the border of Gresset and Trago Vista.
Yes, that is when you were last told of its location. Just wanted to make
Yes.
sure.
Truthfully, Gresset is easier for me to do jobs in because it is relatively safer to a degree for me. I know though the job I have for my lord is closer to Trago Vista, and I know you probably have things you have to go handle after all of this.
There's a few things I want to get done. I mean, well, you said you didn't want me to die, right? Not to do anything reckless?
Yes.
Well, the most dangerous thing I could do at the moment would be not introducing the woman that I fell in love with to my sister. She would strike me down far faster than any death knight if I let that slide.
Isn't your sister a woman of the cloth?
Yeah, she is, but she's not like the others.
She's not like other girls.
She'll kind of like turn a bit more to like kind of sort of half face you, and I know I've been very vague, Lucifer, about why I don't really want to go there. Truthfully, part of it is because, the church, and it's rather difficult to imagine myself interacting with people who, I witnessed burn my parents alive and other notable things. But it's not my primary fear of going there. I mean, since the church has unfortunately kind of infiltrated most areas, I've encountered them even outside of it. My concern with going to Tregavista is your father.
You think he has some business with you then?
Most definitely. Truthfully, Lucifer, your father, if given the opportunity, I imagine he, for many years, has been hoping for the day I step foot in his borders, and outside of that, his only option potentially to try to come for me is to send people, which is why at first I was a little hesitant. But, obviously you prove wrong with that, but I do not believe that your father would not hesitate to take me and torture me until one brink of my life, so it is something he's been desiring for a long time.
If anyone tries to lay a hand on you, I'll lose it to my blade, hopefully. But I understand you not wanting to go into Tregavista, at least. As long as he's alive.
I just do not really know how I would... I mean, I know the man, I know he has eyes and ears everywhere, so... I imagine he would find out as soon as I practically enter.
I understand. I won't force you to go anywhere you're not comfortable with, but wherever we do decide to go, we go together. We have BZ and Jevix to rely on as well, so all will be well.
Please appreciate your optimism.
Any comfort I can bring.
And she will go back to kind of leaning into you.
All right, then.
BZ will
And
pop
with-
out his head. Hey, some of us are trying to trance out here. And he goes back into his tent.
You all will eventually finish up your watch, and the sun will begin to peek through the woods as day arrives. And you all awaken.
Yay, good morning.
No more exhaustion.
Yippee! Yippee!
I gotta prepare my spells.
BZ will walk over to Jevix and says, "How's Haru? How's she doing?"
I think she's a bit more comfortable with us.
Ah, that's good. And BZ will pat Haru's head softly.
Do you think she's strong enough to carry a cart yet, or?
I highly doubt it. It's only been a day.
Yeah, let her regain her strength a bit more. She needs it.
There.
And Javix is going to kind of right away just start packing stuff up. Okay, we'd better get moving. We're burning daylight and we don't have much time to get back.
Back to Blessed.
Exactly.
All right, then. Then you all pack up and get ready to head out. Anything else before you leave camp?
Nope.
All right, then. Then you leave to the road once more. Who is rolling the D100?
Fucking not me.
What? Okay.
Huh. You mind rolling a d6 for me? You know, just, okay. All right, just wanted to, check something.
Yeah,
Never be too sure. Alrighty then. What does a 66... What are you all doing as you, walking around?
Just looking.
This is gonna be beside Freya today.
BZ will take up taking care of Haru duties after Jevix.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
All right then. Everyone else? Rolling, if you're looking around, keeping an eye out, get your perception ready. Damn. You guys blind as hell.
Not me
No,
though.
the wolf's got it. Smelling.
Hell yeah. Mean wolf falling through.
Sniffers.
He got more used to carrying the cart.
That's right. To be fair though, Freya ain't lacking.
As you all are walking, you will keep continuing down the path, and you all just walk in, I'm assuming somewhat quickly because of what Jevik said. Making your way through. As all of you are walking, you would see you, Freya, would catch it first and foremost, and you would notice a somewhat unusual sight, I guess you could say. As you sort of feel the air around you grow colder, and it is getting towards winter, but snow hasn't properly been falling or anything like that, just the trees dying and it prepping for such, but it gets cold now to the point where you can sort of see your breath when you breathe out, and you seem to be the only one who sort of really notices this as a chill runs down your spine. Something is unusual here.
Lucifer?
Yeah?
It shouldn't be early enough to see my breath now, is it?
Not quite that cold, it shouldn't be.
I know the rest of you do not really breathe, but keep a lookout. There should be something here. This is not normal.
Do I sense anything?
Do you want to use Divine Sense?
Yes.
Well, then go ahead and click it,
I did.
bucko. Ah, I see. You would... Oh, let me make sure the roll... There we go. As you would close your eyes and use your Divine Sense, you would begin to feel this coldness extra more so than the others. Your throat sort of getting a bit like when you breathe in a lot of cold air, and your sort of hair sticks up, and as you get goosebumps. And roll, I suppose, an intelligence or wisdom check, let's call it.
15?
With a 15, this feeling is somewhat familiar to you. You can also begin to smell a stench that you recognize as undead, but it is very weak or slight comparatively to sensing zombies or other more pure undeads of sorts. From what you know, you don't know specifically exactly what, but you can feel a lot of spectral and ghostly presences in this area. And I mean a lot.
I wonder if there were ghosts around, or a settlement that got attacked.
Well, I don't particularly want to know, but just be watchful as we travel.
Let's keep moving on carefully.
Lucifer, it's as you continue to move on that you all are sort of currently walking alongside a road, and it will eventually, you can see off to the right of you is this very large lake as you're walking, and seemingly from what you can tell, the closer you get to the lake, the more intense that feeling is. But the path travels right alongside it.
It's a lake that has a bunch of spirits?
That's the direction that the spiritual energy seems to be coming from.
This might be a little stupid, but I think this might be worth looking into.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. We do have a time limit.
Well, I mean, assuming that we are done. Give me 10 minutes. 15 at most.
What are you doing?
So, with another divine sense, do I feel,
I will actually give you a map for this. Here you go.
I'm at, like, the edge of the lake. Do I feel the spirits? Like, can I feel their presence?
You have a map to more accurately go where you want to go.
Come out here.
You can heavily feel it as you get to the edge of the lake.
Guys, the Mordor swamp. Don't be people in that water.
Actually, at this range, you can get a rough number as to how many spirits you feel. You feel 12 spirits in total from just being this close. 4 of them far stronger and a bit more vengeful, you would say, than the others. For lack of better terminology.
Some more vengeful?
4 of them. 4 of the 12 seem to be somewhat more powerful presences and feel different, to say the least.
I'm gonna offer sort of a funeral rites prayer. See if that can disperse at least a few of the weaker
You may
ones.
go ahead and roll a religion check, my friend.
Not great.
Okay, well, you take a board. Trying to help you out a little bit.
So D6?
Yeah, D6. There you go.
12.
12. That's better.
With a 12, you do feel the eeriness of the feeling and presence seem to dim a bit, but minorly, not super significantly.
Alright, fuck it. Spirits residing in the lake, what binds you here?
Go ahead and roll for me. It's called a charisma check.
21.
All right, then. With a 21, you will call out, and you will begin to see spectral visages arise from the water. As you will see, 4 what you would recognize, I would say, as wraiths, while the others are more minor specters. But the main wraith will sort of look at you.
And what would you call upon us for?
Well, if there's something I can do to appease you, to help you pass and rest, I would like to.
Vengeance.
Who is it that wronged you?
Monster of nights.
A devourer?
Consumer of souls. Destroyer of life.
Does that sound familiar to anybody, guys? Do I know what that is? Is it the
You could roll a
devourer?
history check or religion check.
fuck.
Natural 20.
You know, they are definitely referring to the Devourer, as Devourers are known for imprisoning people inside of them while still alive and slowly eating away at them, and even possibly sucking out the souls of individuals. But not in the fun succubus way.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Is your desire for vengeance strong enough to inhabit an item? Travel with us?
Artery lies our graves, so too lies our souls.
This might be a long shot, Aki. If I swim down and collect all their bones, or majority of their bones, and we burn them,
You want to supernatural this shit?
Can we get these spirits to inhabit the other silver sword we have? Can we make a wraith blade?
I don't know, buddy. Who knows?
I'm asking. Can we try to?
You can do whatever you want, my friend. Just note that, as Jevik said, you all are on a time crunch, and to do this would take at least an entire day.
Aki, I'm sorry that I have to do this, but I've been feeling kind of like iffy on my stomach side. I kind of had like some kind of bad sushi. So, is it possible that I can just like leave right now?
Yes, you're fine. We are going to mostly be doing traveling, unless, of course, like that Lucifer, whatever. If I'll say yes, you should be fine.
All right, thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, Alphonz.
Feel better.
Taken out by food poisoning.
Oh.
Well, BZ's dead, everyone.
What is a race?
Just a sword possessed by ghosts.
Oh.
If we can bring these souls with us, I figured we could maybe get BZ a sweet ghost sword. Do they seem like amenable to letting me collect their remains?
I mean, they're fucking wraiths and specters, so, do too much or get too close, they might just fucking attack you, because they are vengeful spirits. But you want to, risk it for the biscuit, as they say. I will tell you, though, to jump in the freezing water and collect the bones of multiple dead individuals from the bottom of a lake will take you quite a bit of time.
All right. We've seen the beast. If we get around to destroying it, I'll come back to see you at peace.
If nothing else, then leave before our vengeance finds ye.
All right. Well, we can go then.
You see,
Carry
they will
on.
all just stare at you as you all continue to carry on and move forward. Hey, just think about it this way. You can always come back. If you don't die.
Yeah.
It's fine. Pregnant Aki's just holding on to the next party.
I will kill all of you.
You can, because then that's just making it real.
Yeah, that just makes it canon.
This year, I'm not doing anything.
Anyways, the travel will go peacefully for the rest of the day. Is anyone doing anything before making camp?
Jevix, do you think it would be worth melting down that sword to make some silver horseshoes and maybe some silver fang covers for Morrigan?
I would say for the horseshoes, probably not. I don't imagine that when we're dealing with more powerful undead, we really want Bethany, up in there.
I wasn't thinking more so for the undead, but if more werewolves come at us, then Bethany can at least defend themselves more effectively. As it is now, Bethany could kick a werewolf, no offense, Roy, in the face all day and they would laugh it off.
Well, it could definitely be an option.
That is why I worry about bringing him into high-level combat. Do not wish for him to encounter something he truthfully cannot damage.
Yeah. Well, shall we settle down for the night?
Are we reaching Gresset tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Be near the end of the day tomorrow, but
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Settling down is good.
All right, then. You all settle down and you make camp. Watches, again. The lovebirds will have to split up and one of them take BZ's place as BZ sleeps in.
Not Roy, Jevix, and then us.
That's only 3.
Morgan will take a watch because they can communicate with me telepathically.
Let's go.
All
They can
right,
literally
leave
talk
it,
to me.
leave it to the dog.
That's right.
A wolf.
I can't believe you're pinning this on me, Master. What the fuck?
Hey, we're his parent, okay?
Yeah.
That's Mama y Papa.
I am not calling you that.
The wolf will go first. We'll take first watch.
All right. Have him roll
Devex?
away.
When do you want to go?
Whenever.
Alright, Wolf will go first. We'll go second. Freya, how are you feeling? Did you getting urges?
No, she's good.
Okay. Good. Ooh. Oh, you're sneaky.
Anyways, I'm gonna. He will eventually. You will just hear in your head instead of a wake on your tent or anything. It is your watch, Master.
All right. Let's get up for a little bit, Freya.
She gets up. You can tell she's displeased, but she gets up.
That's the first time I've seen such a sour expression on your face.
I do not like being woken up early, but I understand it's what we must do. Do you want to help me again, or?
Yeah, I'll help you. I got you.
God damn.
Got that
Fortunately,
+6 now.
everything seems crystal clean and clear. Not a threat in sight.
I'll go get Jevix up if you want to get ready.
Much appreciated. And she will very quickly go back in that tent.
Hey, Jevix.
For my watch.
Yeah, are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just ready to get back to Gresset.
Go ahead and roll perception check.
Let's go.
Everything seems clear. No danger from what you can tell.
Okay, it's gonna wake up Roy, then go over here.
Alrighty.
Big boy Roy.
Do. And eventually the sun will rise and Roy will go around and wake all of you up. All right, time to get up. so we will awaken to the final day of travel for
Oh
everyone.
boy.
Anyone doing anything in the camp before heading off?
No, I think we're good.
Alrighty
Yep.
then. Through the forest you travel, and who's rolling the final D100?
Gotta be Jeffix.
You ready for that natural 100?
Let's go.
We stumble upon a Belmont vault.
I'll take it.
Nope. Oh, how unfortunate. Just bandits. Surprise. That's fascinating. All right, then. What are you all doing as you travel?
Same
Well,
marching
just-
order.
Looking around. Yeah, same order, I'd say.
Feeding horror and perception.
You all can go ahead and roll. Don't know how the town's gonna take a giant direwolf walking in, but you know.
Listen, man, they almost got clapped by Death Knight, okay? They can shut the fuck up. They can deal.
True.
Never seen fat shaming our wolf. Never seen a big boned wolf before. What the fuck? I'm messed up.
Also, she's just a cute little dog.
Yeah. Cute little dog.
Just be like wolf for him.
I am
A little
not.
trick.
Well, this is interesting. Freya,
Mm-hmm.
you will once again notice as you all are walking that the air gets a bit more frigid and that you can see your own breath and that you get goosebumps similar to the last time or yesterday.
Lucifer, it's cold again.
You just asked me to hold you closer.
As long as you promise this time not to potentially dive down a freezing lake.
There. Let's cuddle up then. I'll divine sense after I'm done joking. More spirits? More ghosts?
Yes, but they seem weaker. And I'll give you another perception check with advantage with your divine sense on.
Nope.
You feel like you can see sort of misty / shadowy figures moving about and around in the forest around, but nothing more than concrete than that.
Well, if we keep moving, they shouldn't bother us. They're at least weaker than the ones at the lake. So if they do, we should be able to disperse them.
Alright. So truthfully, how would you even go about doing such thing to a ghost?
Magic, silver swords, radiant. Well, holy water too. Just a normal blade, but
I guess I
It-
should have guessed as such.
it feels really strange striking at an ethereal creature like that, though. Your blade doesn't catch in flesh, but it slows, almost as though you're swinging it through water. It's a very strange feeling.
Yeah, I don't think that's one I would particularly want to get personal experience in, so.
Jivix, I had a question for you, too, while we're walking and talking.
What's up?
Do you know of any mages? You hail from Brelia, right?
No. Me and BZ, when we left, we The only life we knew was in Camilla's lab. So, anyone that wasn't one of her victims, we don't know.
Are you adverse to going to Brillia sooner than later?
Until we at least find clues of a Belmont, I myself would not want to, but I cannot speak for BZ.
Well, I was just thinking that I would assume the best records that aren't just burned. The churches want to do that. In regards to a Belmont, would probably be in a Yarborough library.
I understand that, but it's still not a place I'm eager to get back to.
Oh, I understand. If you happen to remember any other libraries or notaries, might have information we're looking for in that regard. Once we're done in Gresset, we can head there.
Freya, roll me, let's call it a flat history check.
Okay.
You believe from what you heard that in Gresset, there's not a library, but there is a sort of somewhat popular and sacred place to Gresset specifically, that does have books and things. It is a place called the Proletarian Dueling Grounds, and it's usually where warriors of Gresset or the Lancasters do. Essentially, people can challenge the Lancasters to a duel, and if they win, they get something, and if they lose, eternal servitude or indenturement. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But there are books and knowledge there. It's just not many people of lower rank ever go there, and you've only really heard of this through your time betting and talking with nobles in the place.
Can you write out the name for me?
Yes, I put it in the chat. Proletarian Dueling Grounds.
She'll kind of speak up and... I mean, if you're looking for information, there's one place in Gresset you might be able to find something.
You'll have to show us then.
I'm sure, especially after doing this, we'll have a lot more clearance, so... I'll do my best.
Thank you. You're so reliable. Let's walk past the ghosties.
All right, then. And you all continue walking. Luckily, as you manage to keep to yourself, the ghosts don't seem to aggro onto you. And eventually you will find yourselves arriving at the gates of Gresset once more. In which case, as you approach, the guards will be standing there, and one of them will sort of look over and see the large wolf carrying a cart and be like, "Ah! He'll sort of look up and he'll see that it's all of you, and he'll seem to like have a look of recognition. You're guessing Slateman probably told him to keep an eye out for you all, and he'll look at the wolf, look at all of you, and then just sigh and say, "Right on this way. I'm sure that Slateman will want to know all that happened." As he will open the gates for you all. You will enter Gresset. what do you do? As you
Well-
return to the town.
Do we want to drop off the new horse at the orphanage, or what?
I think that would be best. And plus we can load the carts as well there. And Roy can stay back if he'd like.
Yeah, and get acquainted with dear Snowy.
Exactly. Spark conversation.
Before we unload the carts, though, Helton Silk, do you, either of you, have any qualms if I take a few?
I mean, I was planning on doing so myself, so.
Perfect.
I don't have an issue with it.
Frey, if you see seamstress at all as we're walking through, please point it out to me.
Aki, since just due to my profession here, would I probably know where a seamstress would be?
You would know just like a person who owns a normal clothing store, but you would also know that the another individual who might not mind all that stuff is a good old lovely friend at the Bountiful Bosom.
True.
I'm looking for crafting.
But yeah, I figured we were doing like, seamstress, crafting, yeah. So figured she probably would have gotten some custom stuff at points,
I mean, you would know that the one lady is known for making garments, but yes, you would also know just
Okay.
a normal like dresser, but they'd just be like a normal person. They'd take them time to, if you requested anything.
Well, I do know if we go back to the brothel. Good old woman in charge knows her way around the needle, so.
Natasha, I think it was. You can stop by.
Sure, she would be willing. I mean, I'm decently acquainted with her, so.
Jivix, do you have anything you need in town?
Nothing really comes to mind.
Nothing weapons or armament-wise? No materials for your creations?
I think I'm set with the materials I have right now. I'm going to be a bit more conservative with my silver bullets, and I'll mainly just use my fists as needed.
Alright. Well, don't hesitate to bring up if you need or want anything. I'd hate to be out in the road and not have what we need.
Understood.
So then, I take it so you drop Haru and Roy off at the orphanage. And then you take Morgan and Bethany along with you with the carts through town. Yes?
I feel like we'll leave the food cart at the
Yeah.
at the thing for now until we want to like sell some of the rations. Because I don't think walking through a fucking town where people are hungry with just a fucking
Yeah,
cart of
people are
food
gonna
is a
start
good idea.
grabbing shit.
Then are you also leaving Morgan there?
Yeah, I'll leave the wolf to guard the cart. I don't think anybody's gonna go and try to steal with a fucking dire wolf sitting there.
Well, also, it's probably a good thing to not just walk around town with a fucking dire wolf. Cause a small panic. And so, first up, you're heading to the Bountiful Bosom.
Yeah.
All right, then. You all will travel and you will eventually reach that building just as it was last time. And as you walk in, you will walk up and you'll walk in and you'll see the same woman there. And she looks up and she says, "Oh, it's good to see you all again."
It's good to be back in Gresset.
Yes.
I have heard you are quite renowned for your needlework.
Well, of course, I have to make sure all my beautiful girls look and are dressed appropriately.
Well, could you make us a, well, nice double bedroll? And I'll bring in some of the pelts and the silk.
Are you looking for warmth? Are you looking for fun, flair? What is it that you desire with this?
Warmth and comfort. We have to travel in rough conditions. I'd rather that lovely Freya here sleep well.
Oh dear.
Also, is there any darker silks in the...
I'd say there's like 10 full wraps, and then each one is a different color. Like 5 lighter, 5 darker.
Out of one of the darker colors, could you make a nice cloak, robe for our rather tall friend? You remember him?
I believe I could. But of course, well, I suppose if you supply the materials, I will still need compensation for working, but will not be as much.
I also wondered if I could get maybe a heavier coat made for winter if we're going to be out.
To do all of that would take quite time. Couple of days or so.
I think
If
we'll be
that is
around
all
for
right.
2 or 3 at least.
So, you're asking for a double bedroll, a cloak. Get him a silk cloak, because why not, you know?
I mean, it'll be less sketchy for the nicer areas.
Just a coat for Freya?
Yeah, she's just looking for like a cunty little fur coat.
Silk lined fox fur coat.
Exactly, She's got to stay warm, but she's got to still, be able to show it. I'm trying to get like a Corella DeVille style coat, She's really got to
Anything else?
have the vibe.
Well, if anyone could do it, Natasha could.
Exactly, and she knows.
Perfect.
knows
Do you
what
need
she would
anything
yearn for.
clothing wise?
No, my cloak has been holding up for a while now.
You really don't want for much, do you, Jevix?
My main target was fixing up my weapon, and I see that it works, so as long as I can keep it maintained, I mean, I don't have to worry about food, anything like that.
You see
As long as
Natasha
my-
will raise an eyebrow.
We got a card with a couple 100 days worth of food for a single person.
You see her eyes will widen. Well, that is certainly not something you should go around saying to everyone.
It's fine, we can trade you some food for the work, if you're interested.
Not a bad trade. Not have to worry about food for the ladies.
I would say. Let me think how many fucking women there are that work at this. How much food would you say you have?
Well, how many meals is 3 different jobs worth of sewing worth?
It would be a couple, but perhaps if you all would not mind helping a smaller, locally run business, if you have a crate, that would do to set me and the girls good for quite some time.
I'll kind of look towards Freya. Does that seem like a good deal for her needlework?
What would you say, Aki?
You
From
would
the
know
knowledge of
that
her?
Natasha is pretty good with the needle. She's especially good at making things cunty, for lack of a better word, like you said, comparatively to like the normal sewer. You do know that what one crate holds 50 rations. It could be for usually for something of this like fancy cloth and stuff. Yeah, you'd say that would be an equal trade, but that would be if you guys weren't providing the cloth and things. So you do know that she is asking for more than what it's actually
Would I
worth, which is
know
one of the
how
reasons why
many
she's
girls work under her? A rough
at
guesstimate.
least like 10, around 10.
She would give you just a slight nod.
He'll give a smile and, sure, a crate.
That will be more than well then. It will take me 3 days, 1 day for each piece, to ensure that it is of right quality. You can go ahead and simply bring the crate over whenever you wish, and I'll have, if you don't mind, Prince Charming, you bring it into the back.
We'll bring it over before the day's out.
All right, then. It was good making a deal with all of you. And Freya, if while you're in
Yes.
town you need anything to do, you know where I am.
I know the offer is always open. I appreciate it.
All right, then. Is that it? And will you all be in leaving the bountiful bosom?
Yeah, we're
Yep.
good.
As you do, you see the girls will wave at you all again, as always. A couple like gesturing you to come over, Lucifer, and winking at you.
I'll just very clearly put my arm around Freya's waist and just smile towards them. Keep walking. He's content.
Wait, sorry. What did you mention that they did? I heard what Lucifer did, but what did you mention, Aki?
Oh, they were just like, you know, they were doing the classic thing of like gesturing with their hand, like, come here. And a couple were like winking at them, you know, the usual. Obviously, someone as charming and handsome as
A big ass spider crawls up one of their dresses.
they're just doing their job. You will hear
She's
them
providing
scream.
them fucking food, okay? But you know.
You see, they will scream and sort of run around, and all the other girls will sort of jump back in
And then I'll just
response.
disappear as they exit.
Damn, friendly fire.
Listen, as a fellow working woman, she understands their need to eat. However, back the fuck up.
So I guess we'll head back to the thing and get the crate, and then we'll take it back, and then we'll head over and meet Slate Man, or is Slate Man coming to the orphanage to meet with us?
You
probably
do not
better.
know.
Let's go get the crate. We'll run it back down. I'll just
You can
drop it
do
off
so
really
easily
quick.
enough.
Yeah, and then let's go talk to Snowy and introduce Roy properly. Because otherwise it's just a werewolf that's gonna be just sitting inside the fucking thing. He might have had his brains beat in.
I was about to say, I assumed you left Roy with Rajah when you guys first initially went to the orphanage.
Yeah, we were probably just like, hey, watch this guy. He's cool. He chill. He help us. We'll explain when we get back. And then we're like, just ran out.
Okay. So you go back to the orphanage, you grab the crate of food, you bring it to them. I'm just gonna move here. I'm gonna say Beezy is chilling with Big Man. All right, you will return to the orphanage.
Hey,
Yeah, Jax, I know your thing.
What?
The Discord.
Oh, I see.
yeah,
All right.
I was trying not
Very
to
well.
like distract anything.
You're fine. Do what you need to do.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
Farewell.
See you next week.
See you.
Over here with Bro as well. Alrighty. It is looking like we'll be calling session here soon, but there's still a few things you can do that aren't too big that we can do while they are gone. But
Would you
yes,
want to
you would.
try to save the official Roy introduction just because BZ is kind of close with him? In case he might want to be a part of that.
I mean, I don't think it'll be really that big a deal because
Okay.
Rajah, and he'll just be like, "Oh, all right then. I'll
Okay,
help
just
him
making
out and keep
sure.
an eye on him."
I'm just asking just in case, you know? No, that's fine.
We'll probably end at like 3 hour mark. We got 15 more
Okay.
minutes or so for you guys to wrap up before meeting with Slate Main, as that'll be the big thing.
Bye. Well, would you accompany me through town? Something I need to look for.
Yes, of course. Are you trying to buy something or?
Yeah, of a sort.
Oh, alright. Well, I can hopefully show you to some places that you can use.
I'm gonna grab like a crate of the wood and a crate of the food to carry with, just to try to sell if we can.
All right. Which one's Freya carrying?
We could just leave it, and if you want, I can
Mr.
bring
Zero
Bethany.
Strength.
Yeah, okay, we can do it later. We'll just carry one then. I'll just take what sells for more? Probably the food, right?
Yes, more than likely.
Oh, yeah, I'll just bring a crate of food then. Town square should have people peddling food, so offload this there.
Hopefully we'll get something good.
And you head off into the town square. Are you just gonna like set up the crate and then sell?
No, I'm gonna look for a merchant to sell the crate to then sell for like a bigger profit, just so we can get our money and go.
Get our money up.
Let me. You walk up to a couple of the like people you saw who set up shop who have been around here like last time you came by the town square, but unfortunately, as you offer it, I would say you would know at very least, the both of you, that so the normal 5e cost of a ration is 5 silver pieces, but because this is Wallachia, that is doubled to 10 silver pieces or 1 gold. So 1 ration is 1 gold, and 1 crate has 50 rations in it. So it is essentially, at very least, worth 50 gold. If you're trying to sell, like, for a profit as well, like 60 gold or whatever, then essentially
They
a
don't
bunch
have
of people
money.
would really like to buy it from you, but they can't. At least not the merchants that are around currently.
Freya would lean over to you, Lucifer, and just kind of like say lowly, I mean, we could probably sell it to like someone like Ralston. He has a lot of people to feed.
Ralston, or looking literally over at the tavern we were in, we could go see our friend behind the bar. They might be a little more willing to chill out more coin.
If they have it.
Well, let's go see.
Alright.
Let's go walk into the tavern we first met in, started our adventure.
Oh my god, the memories.
Oh, the first? I thought you were talking about the Roar of Spite. No, you're going to the Rusty Knight. Okay, then. I was not expecting that, I'll tell you what.
Hey man, homie was a G. He gave us fucking wine.
I thought you guys forgot about him.
I don't forget about anybody when I play D&D. I'll get the call back to the one NPC in episode 3 when we're on 350. I got a fucking ridiculous memory for D&D stuff.
Actually, let me just go. So it's easy. No, you're a vampire, so I keep defaulting to thinking you're strong, but no, you're just very dexterous. You actually have noodle arms.
I mean, I suppose. An average adult male has 10 strength, so.
Well, yeah, you have average strength for a normal human, but you're a fucking vampire.
Yeah.
We already established he's a little more on the human side. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Not you trying to fucking cover for it. That's crazy. As you walk in, it looks just like it was last time.
Kind of like walk in and then turn, waiting for Freya to come. Old friend, how are we doing?
You see, he would look over at you, and as he does, his eyes will sort of widen a bit as he'll say, "Oh, well then, I certainly didn't expect to see you two again. And if you refer to reference pictures, our buddy's got his own image now."
He made it out of generic NPC jail. Let's go.
I mean, that happens to almost every NPC that you fucking put a name to and mainly interact with, because I'm such a great DM, you know.
Why you gotta double dip your interactions?
We have a crate of food that we need to sell.
Ah, I see. Well, I would most certainly be willing to try and buy it off of you as best as I can. Would you be fine taking it for the normal 50 gold?
We would. However, there is something I am looking for, and you might have one.
He'll sort of step forward and raise an eyebrow.
I need 2 rings of platinum.
You see, as you say 2 rings, he'll sort of nod, and then you say of platinum, and his eyes will widen, and he'll say, sorry, pardon me?
Yes, platinum.
I'm afraid that is something far beyond my own capabilities, unfortunately. And I would say many others as well.
Well, 50 gold will do then.
You see, he will reach under and he will sort of rifle around seemingly before he will take out a bag. He will seemingly count, and then he will put a bag of 50 gold before you.
All right. I will take half, and Freya gets half.
You see, he will sort of walk over and he will clap his hands and yell, "John! Great!" And you will see a man run out of the back, run over and take the crate from you, and start making his way back.
Well then, I'd hate to raid and run, or drop off a crate and run, but I have rings to find.
I wish you luck. Your best bet, with platinum at least, is most likely going to be, well, at least here in Gresset, a Lancaster.
Lovely.
Even of the nobles that I know of, platinum is as rare as silver. And because of that, it's mostly used for, well, arming themselves against the creatures of the night.
Interesting. Well, shall we, dear?
Yes, we shall. As curious as Edward Scissorhands looks up there, we are on a time crunch.
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, he's just a
He's got
man
the mane.
in all black with long black hair.
She would take note of them and their appearance, but you know, we got a time crunch, we got a death knight on our booty, so you know. Gotta focus on business.
Well, I guess we go to the proletarian dueling grounds. Try to find a Lancaster who's willing to sell us fucking 2 platinum rings.
They're probably gonna be like, duel me.
Well, you know that I would say Freya would know that Lancasters can be at the dueling grounds and you can request to duel them, but they aren't just always there. It's more
Listen,
of like,
best shot where we could just walk in at least.
is that where you're going next?
Yeah, we can. We could also look for any books. Also, just wondering, Aki, about what I sent you.
Bleh. I mean, it would. I'm gonna just be real with you. It'd be as hard to find as any other magic item in Wallachia. So, decently difficult unless you somehow found someone who knew the right connections or that was powerful enough to have magic items just on the usual.
Okay. I figured I'd ask. Are we gonna just end here, or?
I was about to say, what exactly, if you're just going to the dueling grounds to look for a Lancaster or look through the books, I would say that's probably something better to save for the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, since Jevix is our smart guy, so
true.
he might be better with books.
I'm
You
dumb.
find out Freya can't read, actually.
And
Oh,
also, since you need to stay in Gresset for 3 days for your cloaks and stuff, you'll have plenty of time to circle back round to it.
just need to get the money for warding bond. That's all I want.
But with that, considering we have lost half our party to dying IRL, we shall call this session here a bit early. When we pick up next session, the party will regroup with Slate Main and, as night begins to fall, go to see what awaits them. To see if they have truly bested the Death Knight's challenge and where they will reap what they've sown. But I have been your dungeon master for this campaign. You all have been lovely, and the only question left is it Thursday yet? Bye-bye.
Bye.